What do you need to know?
Please be careful. The Priory went to a lot of trouble to acquire these artifacts. If anything gets broken or goes missing, Gix will personally put my head on the chopping block. And who are you? I'm here to make sure everyone remembers these objects are Priory property. They're on loan to Miss Delacroix, but when her investigation is done, they're coming back with me. How did Marjorie convince the Priory to lend her the objects? We have an interest in investigating Scarlet's activities, plus Miss Delacroix is a member in good standing who's given the Priory years of service. We were glad to do her this favor. Marjorie's a member of the Dermond Priory? Yes, she's been inactive for some time now, but she's still on the roster. In her current line of work, she and the Priory both benefit from this occasional sharing of information. Thanks, I'll make sure everyone's careful with the artifacts.
Lace curtains here, linen tablecloths there, and a sign out front that says Delacroix Investigations. Or...
Stop. No curtains. No tablecloths. And most of all, no sign.
But...
No.
But...
Okay, maybe curtains. But only if they're black.
I can see you're tired and cranky. We'll talk about it some other time. Rox, come in. Join us, please. Where's Bram?
He's dealing with that Asuran cub, his new friend.
It's nice of him to see her home.
He's a good guy, that Bram.
Yeah, he's all right.
Long time no see. You should hear what happened. My friends at the Priory delivered everything they had on Scarlet. I also called in Vorp, the Arcane Council's point person. He's collaborating with us remotely.
We need your help sifting through the evidence. We have our own theories, but we could use another opinion.
These recordings were found near Scarlet's lab in Lornar's Pass. You should listen to them first.
You've seen me through my awakening, Mender Ceramon. Thank you. But I'm awake now, so you can leave me alone. Synergetics is endlessly fascinating. It seeks to define the eternal alchemy. The other colleges work within that definition. The potential of golems interests me. Combining dynamics design with statics versatility makes just about anything possible. I like Teo. More importantly, I need to advance my theories quickly, and nobody's better at quick results than the Inquest. Today will be monumental. With OMAD's support, I shall finally see past this world and into the eternal alchemy.
Scarlet rejected the Pale Tree because she wanted independence. What if OMAD's machine cost her that?
The moles get magic, Flame gets gear, and I get the weaponry I need. Everybody wins, especially me. Lion's Arch needs softening up first, so we infiltrate its halls of power and neuter its defenses from the inside. The theme is humanity can withstand any test. It's like they're begging me to prove them wrong. It's laughable! See? Air superiority wins wars, so build me a comparable fleet, or I'll kill you all and replace you with hollows. Once more, my esteemed snaky friend, you're doing this for obelisk shards. You want direct access to your profits, right? Then do as I say.
Scarlet deceived each of her allies into thinking they'd gain something from working for her. She'd make a great minister.
Ever since I came out of OMAD's machine, you've been taking credit for my ideas. They're mine, not yours. Let me be clear. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me. Nobody tells me what to do. Not ever. It's not true. None of it. I don't have to listen to you. Get out of my head!
I wonder if the voices in her head are real. What if what she saw in Omad's machine grabbed hold of her? Ironic that she rejected the pale tree to exert her independence, only to lose it to something else.
These other items are all pieces of the puzzle. Examine each one and let us know how you think it fits.
I almost feel sorry for Scarlet after reading her journal. If only she didn't use Omad's machine, she might be a sane flower.
Those are the ramblings of a crazy murderer. Make no mistake, honey. She enjoys killing. She needs to be found and put down.
Awake from nightmares, screaming, confused, and scared. It's getting worse. I've decided to talk to a mender. I've probably just been working too hard. Dated Season of the Colossus, 1321. Every night, the same terrors. It never changes. The mender wasn't able to help me, and I feel like I'm losing control of myself. Dated Season of the Zephyr, 1322. When the nightmare starts, an entity calls to me. I run to a sea of darkness. But no matter how hard I try to escape, it keeps calling me. Dated Season of the Phoenix, 1322. I'm trying not to sleep, too scared to even close my eyes. So scared. Whispers come from the forest all night long, calling me, taunting me, possessing me. Dated Season of the Scion, 1322. Tonight I saw it. I stared into the abyss, and it stared back at me. So much power. I don't know what's real and what isn't anymore. Dated Season of the Colossus, 1322. Control of my world, of myself, is slipping through my hands, and yet I'm no longer scared. Season of the Zephyr, 1323. It communicated with me through images of death, destruction, and destiny. I must know more. I must confront it and put an end to this madness. Season of the Scion, 1323. Casimir, we've never seen this side of Scarlet. She's made our lives miserable for months now. Still, if this journal is true, then I almost feel a little sorry for her. What do you suppose it all means? Something is driving her. Something she was afraid of, but has since embraced.
Scared? What could possibly frighten someone like Scarlet?
She saw something while hooked up to Omad's machine. Something that broke her. She's hearing voices in her head. But what are they telling her to do? Dragon Bash was supposed to be festive, until Scarlet killed people with her flying pirates.
Keel did an excellent job documenting the assassination of Counselor Theo Ashford during Dragon Bash.
You should really return this case file before she notices you purloined it.
I still can't believe my friend thought she could get a seat on the Captain's Council. I'm glad we met you that day. She had to be stopped. Mitron's Aetherblade friends just freed her from Lion Guard custody. That's bad news. Mai's ruthless, and now she's free to get back to doing Scarlet's dirty work again. I mean, Scarlet wanted a pawn on the Captain's Council.
Scarlet plotted to kill someone on the Captain's Council to make room for her puppet.
With Trin in place on the council, she could have weakened the city's defenses from the inside. That plan backfired, but Trin escaped to the mists to prepare for something.
Scarlet converted part of the Nightmare Court Arbor into her own personal airship factory. She also tormented the Silvari firstborn, Kate. She formed this alliance in part to develop hybrid weapons with maximum destructive potential.
Have you spoken with Keith? I heard she's looking for Scarlet too. Something about shutting Scarlet's mouth. Something happened between them at Twilight Arbor. What was Scarlet up to there, anyway? Scarlet lured Keith to Twilight Arbor and set a trap with Aetherblades. She was building an airship there. What do you think is happening between those two? I mean, they know each other, but you're wrong. It wasn't a trap. Keith raided the airship factory.
Now she has an arsenal of advanced weapons and an air fleet to deliver them. No city is prepared to defend against an aerial attack. Not even Lion's Arch.
This is Synergetics Headmaster Omad's isolation module. A Sylvari named Kiara went in. Scarlet came out. I reverse engineered an image of Kiara's aura patterns before and after. The schism is pronounced and dramatic.
Yes, I remember Professor Omad. He outsmarted me in several polymock tournaments. I'm sure he cheated, but that's beside the point. He never should have put Kiara in that cube. What can you tell me about the cube? Snow say its purpose was to shut down the mine's security system and open it, like opening a door. To welcome in the truths of the eternal alchemy, but our minds are protected for a reason. When Scarlet looked across the open threshold, she saw things, and something looked back.
Kiara encountered something that literally broke her mind, but the only things in there were things she brought. I surmise she was directly exposed to a part of her own psyche that had been carefully walled off, perhaps for her own protection. We'd need to do far more extensive study of the Sylvari dream before I could draw any more detailed conclusions. What I can conclude now is that she's preparing to strike. Mark my words, Scarlet's next attack is planned and ready.
I'll never forget how close we came to disaster. When I think about those spores spreading their toxins across Tyria, it boils my blood.
The Nightmare Court and Crate do make a volatile combination. Scarlet popped some horrifying alchemy there.
I still have nightmares about that tower. I doubt I'm the only one. At least Roy was able to find the antitoxin. Can we test it on this sample? Scarlet would have spread her toxins all over Tyria if we'd let her. It's a good thing we found the antidote. She allied with Crate and Nightmare Court to do so. Why would she do such a thing? The courtiers grew the plant, and Crate made it toxic. The combination was a poison so powerful.
This sample is resistant to the antitoxin we used against the Nightmare Tower poison.
Jory, we didn't stop her plan. We just showed her how to make a stronger poison that could wipe out an entire city. It's been almost a year since the Molten Alliance attacked the Shiver Peaks. Dredge and Flame Legion together. Who'd have imagined it?
Look closely at how they combine Dredge mechanical knowledge with the Flame Legion's fire magic.
We missed the initial Molten Alliance uprising, but I heard you were there. Maybe you can explain to me what brought the Dredge and Flame Legion together. I believe it was for Magitech development. Exactly. Sonic weaponry combined with flame magic. They repurposed Dredge mining suits for use as Char battle armor. I think she was developing a sonic magical device other than weapons.
So Dredge sonic technology can be used for probing underground.
And Scarlet's been looking for ley lines with those probes. She's after the ley lines underneath Lion's Arch.
That's a piece of one of Scarlet's probes. We theorize that this agitated the jungle worms.
That is a piece from one of Scarlet's probes. Best we can deduce, they're searching for something. Of course, they also woke a three-headed worm and drove it to the surface. You think a probe caused that? Unequivocally. My colleagues believe it was the magisonic dissonance the probes emit that disturbed the worm. You have a theory for what she was looking for with the probe. The probes are magical and spread out. She's closing in on a magical location.
That's a puzzler.
If you examine the steam creature closely, you can identify similarities to Scarlet's clockwork machines in its design.
It's like she's modified the Watch Knights with the same engineering.
These steam creatures have been around for a while, and we've pondered their origin with no success. Now it seems we have our first clue. They share many of the qualities of Scarlet's designs. Scarlet was able to seize control of Queen Jenna's Watch Knights and twist them into similarly threatening meanings. Are you suggesting that human queen... What exactly are you suggesting? It's possible that she modeled her Watch Knights on the steam creatures.
The Watch Knights and the steam creatures use common parts. That would explain how Scarlet gained control of the Watch Knights. Their obedience makes them perfect infantry units for assaulting a fortified location.
Priory teams recovered this cooling rod from the Thaumanova reactor disaster. It's steeped in dragon magic.
You saw it, right? The Thaumanova reactor? What a terrible disaster. Alan Keel's investigation uncovered Scarlet's involvement as a special consultant to the inquest. What are Keel's conclusions? She believes Scarlet blew up the place to sow terror. One sleuth to another, that's too easy. If we theorize that all Scarlet's moves have been connected, she must have been after something. I agree, but why? What else has Scarlet said? Mostly crazed prattle. Well, that's interesting. Keel's report says Scarlet called the energy flowing into the reactor dragon energy. She also talked about the ley lines that crisscross Tyria. It all tracks back to the ley lines. We know she's been actively researching them.
Scarlet and the Inquest turned a risky research experiment into a time bomb so they could study how it ticked. They also discovered new info about ley lines. If Scarlet is using that info to plan her next major attack, it's coming soon.
It's so like Scarlet to ruin someone's big day. Poor Queen Jenna, celebrating 10 years of rule only to have it marred by killer automatons. Is that Watch Night piece safe, Marjorie? I hate having any of Scarlet's machines in the bar.
Don't fret, Angel. Ever since Queen's Jubilee, it's been quiet as a corpse.
First time you saw Scarlet, she was attacking my city and my queen. Casualties were heavy, mostly civilian. The Seraph chalked it up to a random act of violence. Little did they know, it was all part of her plan. So it seems. We now know she'd been moving behind the scenes for some time, but she chose that moment to show herself. Why? To get the Watch Knights. Controlling them required her personal touch.
I think our friend is onto something.
Not bad. The clockwork horrors from the Jubilee must have been Scarlet's second draft. Scarlet got crafty. Instead of pairing up two splinter factions, she stole an entire fighting force, and then she upped the ante with that giant marionette.
You don't need that kind of firepower unless you're going to attack something really big.
Let's review the evidence. Kiara entered Omad's device, saw something terrifying, and emerged as Scarlet Briar. She came out insane, but there's a method to her madness. We know from Thaumanova that she's researching magical energy in ley lines. She's used Molten Alliance Magitech to locate ley lines. We know that there are ley lines in Lion's Arch, among other places. She's built her own personal army. Crate and Nightmare Court, Pirates and Inquest, Dredge and Flame Legion, and most of all, her clockwork horrors. She tricked her subordinates into doing her bidding with promises of power, resources, or other gains. She modified her poison to be resistant to our antitoxin. She could use it against an army or a city. My Trin is preparing the Aether Blades in the mists for a big attack. There's a mists portal in Lion's Arch.
Jory, Lion's Arch is her target. We have to warn Ellen.
I'll warn her. I'll let you know when I hear back. Make your preparations. Everything has been building toward a single, devastating attack. May the gods show us mercy.
Onward.
Marjorie pulled in a lot of evidence for this, huh? I've been helping the Priory haul these
So
pieces
how did you
in.
two meet?
About 6 months ago, I was just minding my own business, and
She'd posted a help wanted sign, and I was looking for someone to help.
So you met only 6 months ago. It seems like you've been together longer.
I'd noticed her before that. Around the city.
You had? You never told me that.
So you're a mated pair?
We're currently in negotiations.
Come here, Frostbite.
What about you, Rox? Anyone special in your life?
No. There was once, but he was killed.
I'm sorry. Was he in your old warband? Bram said you were a Gladium.
Bram talks too much.
Don't be mad. We're your friends.
Yeah, what are friends for? If not for sticking our noses in each other's business.
You should rest a while before you head out again. Eat, drink, recharge. Good call. Say, I wanted to ask, how did your mate die? In a mine cave-in with the rest of my warband. His name was known as Pickflea. Known as Pickaxe. Pickflea was his nickname. We teased him. We'd been best friends since the Farrar. I'm so sorry. We were the Pick Warband. Best miners in the region. We could turn out more ore in a day than any other warband. Was it hard for you, left alone like that? They were my family. I still miss them. Every last one. I understand. See, Captain's Council, Lion's Arch. Emergency. Lion's Arch is being invaded. To Alterians, this is a general emergency warning. A few hours ago, a massive flying platform has entered Sanctum Harbor, bringing destruction and spreading a lethal miasma over the city. Furthermore, Aetherblade ships, molten portals, and toxic forces are overwhelming the Lion Guard response. Some of the citizenry is still trapped inside the city limits. We're calling on available heroes to assist in the evacuation efforts. Lion's Arch needs you, if you can. Please report to the forward camps in Gandaran Fields, Bloodtide Coast, and Lornar's Pass at once. Captain's Council, Lion's Arch.
Hi there.
Let's see. Oh dear, you've got it all figured out, don't you? And it's gonna be bad, isn't it? Do I want to know what Scarlet's truly capable of? It's bad. She's coming after Lion's Arch. Why? What do you think is gonna happen? She's gathered a powerful army. She'll attack someplace well defended. I see. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna stop her. The evidence is in. The verdict inescapable. What are you thinking? Thinking we better get ready. I can tell by the look on your face that you think this is serious. So do I. Where? That's the question. Where will she hit next? Lion's Arch. I'm convinced that will be her next target.